Greetings, mortals. I am Natas, the ruler of the underworld, and today we'll be reacting to the newest chapter of My Academia, chapter 405, titled The Final Boss. So, yeah. This chapter is, I honestly I can already tell this is going to be a very hated chapter, well, the last chapter I think was very hated, and this one as well, since, like, admittedly speaking, these are objectively bad chapters, and kind of like one of those, how do I say it? It's kind of a power fantasy kind of vibes coming from these chapters, in honesty. But regardless, let's get into this chapter. So we first start with a reaction page as we see, surprisingly enough, All Might being so shocked by Bakugo's action that you can actually see his pupils, because usually you can just see kind of light from his eyes, but not really the whole eyeballs in themselves. Shigaraki looking like, why is he alive? Not the one, but seems like he's very subdued here. Like he's kind of like looks confused. Like I don't think he looks confused, just kind of weird out by this one. I'm pretty sure I broke him. They have all for one. Look at this kind of like rageful glee. Izuku is all shocked, and Bakugo is all a bit exhausted. Then we go into the mindscape as we have All Might saying to herself, "So this isn't when it was supposed to happen, Night Eye." As then we get to like, I'm not sure this is the inner monologue or dreams, spiritscape or something. It's just well, let's just say it's a lot. It's Night Eye telling All Might, "No, it was All Might." Really? So in the future, he saw some kid rip All Might in half something? I guess maybe he just assumed it was like a villain just forming himself into a kid, but still it's kind of weird. As Naya tells him, this was where your dream died. Fate was reshaped, you see. What? As they get a flashback of All Might, doing his, like, what was supposed to be his final move against All For One, as he wraps around him, as he says, "What is true is that the dream did end here." And then we get a bit of flashback between All Might and Inko, Izuku telling All Might, uh, telling Izuku something, All Might's determination. I remember this panel, but I don't know if was the panel when he told All For One that he's gonna live or something. I don't know, it just looks very familiar. As I think says, your promise is intact. As then we have for All Might kind of saying gleefully, bring up the trope, being like, but everyone knows the old master is meant to die after passing on the torch. As Naya just tells him, you've read too many comic books, Toshinori Hiyaga. I'm pretty sure those are supposed to be, that's more of a manga trope than comic book trope, but whatever, it's still weird thing to point out. As there we have All Might telling, this is what is making my own hallucination. This is what is I'm making my own hallucinations say. Sorry, they give me this might just be hallucinations. So yeah, I guess that's kind of a better thing, but still. As there and I have a little smile as he tells, I'm thinking, All Might, you are a hero, but you're also human. You can't possibly die so readily. As they get a bit of a, sound of the fact panel, as we have all the people who were watching it previously be like, what? We have someone be like shocked, was like, yeah! Because it was an old man. Then we get like a bunch of explosions throughout it. As then we have some kids storing there, they're like, a blasting quirk! As then we see one Bakugo's god is breaking. Then we see some people staring, another guy staring. Then we see, I think, the Can't You See kid, or yeah, I think it's Can't You See kid being like, isn't that him, the one the league kidnapped? I'm surprised that's still what he's known for, considering how like, I mean, I don't think it's, I am aware that manga time and our time is like a big difference in period. Maybe there isn't a bigger moment that Bakugo would be known for, but still, it's kind of weird how we're referencing like volume, uh, what was it, volume 11, 10, 11? When we are like at volume, what is it, 35, 38. I don't think it's around that time period. As then we have another guy look at his phone, be like, "What was his name again?" They tied him up at the sports festival, which is just such a hilarious thing that actually happened. Like forever in the entire history of UA, there is going to be a picture of the top winners in the sports festival, with one of the main one being tied up and being forced his medal. Like that's just gonna be a hilarious thought process whenever I'm gonna look at it, whenever you're gonna think about it. Then we see the detective guy be like kind of calming down and like I don't know if it's supposed to be like an in between relaxing kind of expression, but it just kind of looks odd. As we have Bakugo and All Might falling on the ground, which I feel like All Might should be killed from this like impact since because in such a weak state. As then we get the kids from the second My Academia movie screaming Bakugo, or at least the female one, the sister is screaming Bakugo. As we have them, as we have Bakugo standing as he's kind of still emitting energy as Omad's beneath him. So yeah, pretty much the movies are canon at this point. Like, there's no debate about that. I mean, there was already like the movies. Look, here's the thing about stuff like movies and all that. When a writer actively makes it available, oh my god, there's no questions a few pause game features, but alright. Whenever the writer does make an up, like here's the thing about canonicity of certain of these movies, lineups, all that. As long as it doesn't contradict or doesn't go against the story, it can be considered canon, in my opinion. Like as long as there's like a window, an opening, and My Academia has always had like a bit of a window of opening, similar to the Black Clover movie. Those movies can pretty much be considered canon. I mean, you have to question about a few aspects of it, especially the power scaling. Honestly, I feel like the power scaling is the only thing about movies that are actually going to be questioned because movies make certain stuff look more impressive. Like I think Nine has way better feats or more impressive feats than a lot of the villains were shown in the manga. But I think you get like moments where I feel like those feats are clearly supposed to be below. Well, clearly have to have been below 9, but now have to be up high or something. So in that regard, it is. But this is pretty much confirming. I want to say that the movie is all canon, like 100%. Like these two kids are not gonna mean anything to you unless if you watch the movie or at least know about the movie itself. Like the whatever is happening here is also gonna matter because of the movie. Pretty much everything. This entire page can be described as canonicity of the movies is 100% certain, which will be suck because the manga only guys are gonna be wondering what the fuck is going on. I mean, they're gonna be forced to watch the movies. So yeah, getting ready to watch. Canonicity of the second movie, third movie, first movie, 100% confirmed. You can't deny anymore. It took a while, but they are 100% canon. No debate anymore. And with that, all might be like, Bakugo Kid, are you okay? Bakugo says, how are you alive? That impact should have probably killed you considering the fact you're about to be getting ripped in half. As they have Bakugo saying, that's my line, you banked up bag of bones. True. And then we have Bakugo spraying blood from the blah. As then we have All Might saying, I believe. No, not Bakugo. Someone says from inside Bakugo, I believe it's my line as well. So basically, there's a group of 3 people who should all be like, who are so banged out, they should all probably be dead at this point. As Bakugo still spits blood, and All Might notices this since he's not aware that Adshot was actually inside Bakugo to take the whole thing. As then we have Adshot coming over his like very tiny needle as All Might screams, Adshot! As they have Adshot explaining to All Might and remind us to what exactly happened. Since again, I feel like the fight between the Shigaraki versus Bakugo and all that was like a while back. Like I think a month at this point. Actually, I think that was like a relatively early event in the war arc. I would say like that was pretty much the middle and the end of the first like part of the war arc. And then we had like everything else taking place from the I think I would say up until like Spinner's whole thing was pretty much the middle, and I don't think they even mentioned it the entire middle. Now we're the end of it, where we're getting reminded of all this. As Ashton explains to Omar, I forced you to expel the boiled blood within that should grant you some relief. As then we get like him ripping himself away from the pods, and then he just falls on the ground. He's like a tiny little snake at this point. As Ashton says in his form, your married organs and broken bones. I used my own body to mend them with bowling knots, courtesy of the hidden Hakamada style. Is that okay? Is this an actual thing? In my opinion, there's actually this is like One Punch Man. They're actually all ninjas. Is this also a thing now? Because I don't know if it was ever 100% said. I think it was, but I'm not entirely certain. It was probably not that book, honestly. As such as those repairs will not come unraveled. So I guess these things are going to still open a bit. Although I'm not curious, are you gonna die actually? Because I'm not exactly no genius or any expert on what exactly how this whole thing works, but by the looks of things, I want to say you're just like a piece of a brain at this point, remaining as a body. I mean, I don't know if you're gonna live or die, but if you're gonna live, there you go. I guess you're just gonna have to live the rest of your life as a snake. Might as well die at this point. At least I hope you could die. Like seriously, I mean, again, I am not one of those who wants death, but come on, at least kill some of these guys that are having these death moments. Like we don't have to have a false flag every single time. Every single time there's like a big heroic death moment, or there's some kind of reference to corpses. Since I'm still shocked that Fat Gum survived, even though, the guy was literally a corpse collector, even though he's going up against a villain who's a literal corpse collector. Everything Hatchet tells Baku, yet every breath you will take will inflict hellish agony. Your body demands not acting but rest. So yeah, basically explaining like it's basically that generic power thing in the anime where like a character who got really banged up earlier on is gonna have to take some really experimental, some really questionable things, so he'll be able to survive. But the character is gonna participate at all. But then the character is going to basically die. But then the characters are basically going to be stuff. But yeah, despite he's very, very experimental, they're going to be able to go into a fight and go 10 times over what they've already committed. Power and energy and exercise they've already done. The the consequences are probably gonna be very minimal. Honestly, with how Michael Dem is going this story, I would not be surprised if these warnings, let's call it Zoro warnings, are just gonna be like forgotten as soon as the battle is over. Like maybe a week in a hospital, month, maybe a time skip to when Bakugo is recovered. But anyways, we have Bakugo touching his chest as he tells Atshot, yeah, got it. Thanks for bringing me back, senpai. That's what he referred to as senpai, but whatever. As Atshot tells him, I only held you together. As then we get a long explanation as we see an inside of the organs and Bakugo's corpse. Like, yeah, but Bakugo's definitely supposed to be a corpse in this moment. Well, in this flashback. As Atshot explains, despite my success in forcibly restarting his heart and lungs, the spark of life would not return. My Ninpo Faujinshi Pierce Zenith is a transformation that eats away at my very life force and body, apparently. So you see like a little needle actually saying, at a point beyond my limits, as I was forced to weigh my own life against Bakugo's. As actually not Faber notices something as he sees like a little drop of sweat. As says, I saw it rushing through his bloodstream. None other than. As they see like the little drop of sweat, I'm guessing that's supposed to be a Bakugo sweat, so they activate the explosion basically because the explosion isn't the tiny Bakugo's explosions would be more effective as a heart starter than whatever needles hitting the heart would be. As they have Ratchet saying, something produced by Baku's body moments before his death, a tiny bead of sweat. As they we see like the react Baku goes then we see Baku's corpse, and then we see him. Then we see like a little, like a very visually interesting kind of panels where we have first on top down shot of well bottom up. We have an upside down shot of Bakugo's corpse face. Then we get the little sweat exploding inside of his heart to restart it. Then we see that little, causing a little beam of light, which is also lights Bakugo's face as it restarts him. And yeah, as then we all have continuing back from what Edge was saying to him, saying to Bakugo was saying, "I only held you together. What brought you back was the power you've honed." So yeah, all right, Edge, I'm free to die. Yeah, I think he's. Oh, I think he should be like he's a little gigantic. He looks like a snake now. As then we have All Might looking at the glove that All Might that Bakugo his Bakugo's hand where it's blew up and no longer has the gloves on. And then Bakugo was saying, anyway, I assumed you'd be tangled with All for One, but whose glowing run I'm about to destroy. So yeah, basically Bakugo's gonna go up against All for One now. As All Might screams to Bakugo, right, 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 the first time, kid, that is All for One. So yeah. Wait, what? Right time, first time, kid, that is All for One. Alright, that's a weird line. As they have All Might saying to Bakugo, "You on, please?" It's Bakugo's like, turns back with, huh? As they All Might says to him, "I'm paralyzed by blood curdle," or that's what he thinks or something. As in, Bakugo's like, huh? Then we have Bakugo All Might saying, "This won't do its original job anymore, but I can still serve as a brace. They can still serve as a brace." As in, All Might grabs Bakugo's arm that's damaged and bloody and all that, as he then has that glove go on Bakugo's hand to help him move it and fight with it a bit better. As All Might tells Bakugo, "Great explosion, murder god, dynamite! Please shorten your name. I'm pretty sure that Great Explosion Murder God should have just been Apophet. Why did you make it your name?" Uh, as then we see a shot of those nanotech or whatever they're set go back on Bakugo's hand and they equip to it, which are very like half-assedly put together, basically just like holding each other up and moving their just for movement. Like I said, like it's like All Might said, it's not like a lot of good work. It's just just something to make it functional. As they have All Might telling Bakugo, "I wish I could give you more." As All Might is Bakugo has like a weird. Okay, I mean this is like a really weird draw panel because I don't know. The smile that like it's a sweet panel when you take it in context, but it's like a weirdly drawn panel because I don't know. It just feels like it just feels like Hirokoshi's pencil or whatever he does to draw. I don't know if it's like I don't know if this is like a computer thing or is a hand drawn thing or how exactly this is supposed to be going. Or I'm not an expert in this industry and all that, but the face, the mouth in the first panel looks like it's used a different pencil to make like a big smile. Like those cheesy smiles they have like in One Piece, I think. But they have like this weird, like this very happy face. But it kind of just looks weird because I don't know. It looks like so out of. It just looks odd. But like something is different. Like I don't know. Maybe this was forgotten. It was had to be immediate. Like maybe everything was drawn, but then Hakoshi forgot to draw his mouth, and he had to like quickly put it, fix it by put it in, or like he everything was finished, but the mouth itself wasn't done, so he had to like use, but the pencil or whatever like ran out of energy or something, so he had to like do an emergency or something else. but just kind of looks weird. Like the eyes also look a bit weird. Like I don't know why the face here just looks like I don't know. The face just looks like there's a bit of a there's difference. So anyways, then we have like a big speed panel to where All For One is where at this point I don't even think it's right to call him a kid. He just kind of looks like a weird twisted creature version of himself as he has like his hair is like completely going back to the point you can see his forehead completely, and like I said, foreheads look horrible. And then we have like a bunch of veins all around his forehead and his neck. As then we have All Might product processing information. He's thinking to himself that requires an uncompromised hijacking of Tomora's all too powerful will. I'll have to grant him my quirk and me with him. No, that can. Well, actually, no, I got rid of all. It's all those weird panels when it comes to replacements. What All For One starts saying is, no, that, as he's staring at him, he's first like, no, that can wait, can wait. After coming this far, one for all, and my brother will be mine. So he leaves out his priorities straight, like that burst of anger that he had when he first saw All Might was just a thing, not a phase. Now he can completely focus on what's priorities are straight. Then he says, like I said, that requires an compromised hijacking of Thomas' all too powerful will. I'm kind of surprised that he still has that powerful will, considering how, subdued Shiraki is in these last couple of chapters, all things considered. Like, just it kind of feels like he's halfway, not even like, oh wait, kind of like, wow, let's have fun, let's have chaos. Like, maybe I'm exaggerating how interested he is, but there's something like very, like, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm still here. Like, was that a hijacked kind of deal? They have Thomas Sherlock Alphonse saying, I'll have to grant him my quirk and me with it. If only the me within him already could have wrested away the reins, as he gets that panel where Sherlock just kind of globbled all the good together. As there we have all four pictures of, oh, how it boils the blood. How can it be? As he sees like a flashback panel of Bash Gina's Adshot, Miracle, Nedre, Sun Eater, and Muriel. So yeah, we get flashback panels of all those guys. Wait, is that Adshot? It doesn't really make it matter. Or is that Ryukyu? Maybe it's Ryukyu. I don't know really. As then we have Ofan saying to himself that the gears have gone so awry. And, he had all these plans, but now everything the heroes are doing just ruins them. As we see a panel of seriously pissed off Endeavor, angry Hawks. Wait, doesn't he have his work? Even Jiro! Oh, this was probably just how she went to draw Jiro again. I mean, that's probably a deep reason why he's angry at even Jiro. Like, even Jiro, like someone who he viewed so far beneath him, and she was still, in some way, a hindrance to him. Then we have Izuku's as well. Then we have just all the more lesser who've not really done much against him. Like, we have the Shikatsu students there, Keimi and some, which I don't think Keimi did anything to him. We have Jigato Maki turning against him. We have Mount Lady there. We have Shinso. We have even Minata, which is even more pathetic. And then we have Oma in his armor, as overall just super pissed at this point. As then we have a very cool panel. Like, alright, the previous weirdness about the panels aside, it's like a really well drawn size. We have a series is Bakugo showing up as he tells All For One, I am the final boss, All For One! Referring that, oh, you're not fighting Izuku, I am the one that's your final opponent. And so we have there right up to All For One, grabbing him by the face. And then he activates his explosion, which actually looks like they are erupting all over Bakugo's body. As they have All For One himself, the wind was meant to be blown my way! Then All For One remembers the second All For One user. Makes me kind of wonder if we're going to go into a flashback on the details with the second All For One user to see what exactly is the connection between the two. Since like it is very clear that there is some familiar connection between the two, but it's unclear if it's like a great grandfather or is it like an uncle distant, because like I'm assuming that if you go far back enough you could probably mad at that or something. I'm not. No, actually, no. They probably wouldn't matter because the records are not really kept that well because of the time period. But whatever. Like I'm sure there's like some kind of connection. But then we have All for One kind of being all. And there's like a big aspect of supposed to, like one of those like slow effects. Like usually it's always like immediately destroyed, but this time it's more like a takes visually slower. Like it doesn't immediately blow up. It's like a slow motion thing. As we have like a giant explosion, which kind of looks like it's like a sense off on the ground, which might actually turn him to a baby or not, which will kind of be funny in the next chapter. We just have like a baby all for once. He's having like a flashback around. It's like kind of just whining. I assume that's not gonna be the case, but it could be at this point. And then we have all for one. Oh, as Bakugo triumphantly looks down at him as he's up there. So he actually has like a bit of cracks and blood stains again. He's like half out and put together at this point, and he's supposed to be resting now as he's blowing off on down. As Bakugo says, 1-4 couldn't keep you in the ground, but we'll finish the job and then some. So yeah, Bakugo is going to deal with everything and pull him off. I'm not certain this means there's going to be any more battle between Bakugo and All For One. There might be, but we have to wait and see on that front. So yeah, this chapter, I don't know, it just kind of feels pushed together. Like, I mean, I don't know, like, okay, this was always gonna be a very, like, controversial chapter since, Bakugo being alive and being brought back, and there's no stakes, but all that type of stuff, but even so, like, I don't know, it just feels like there's no real that, there's no real that, like, impact, there's nothing really to take you in, it's kind of like, this is what how Bakugo's survival process went. This is like, oh, the whole All Might's supposed to die thing being addressed, and this is All For One again, be like, oh shit, everything's going wrong for the 5th billion time, as it was stated and all that, so it's kind of just, at that chapter, it's like, just continue the story along. Well, it's kind of funny how little we actually focus on Izuku versus Shiroki at this point. Makes me kind of worried that we're going to have like a really shitty final battle between those two since, I mean, I get what they're doing. Like, get rid of every other thing, so let's just have Shiroki and Izuku being the last two standing kind of deal, but still, this kind of feels empty if you ask me. So yeah, anyways, I hope you like this chapter reaction. I hope you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos in the future. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in this chapter in the comments below. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time. Goodbye.